So after being a relentless proponent of Google Stadia ever since it was announced back in March, and even securing my pre-order when pre-orders went live in June, now just a few days away from Google Stadia service launching, I've officially canceled my Google Stadia pre-order. And in today's video, I'm going to tell you why. So Google Stadia is Google's cloud gaming platform where games are ran on hardware sitting up in Google's data centers and then streamed over the internet to your devices. So this could be your phone, your tablet, your laptop, even your TV. And it really is an excellent technology, and I truly believe that cloud gaming is the next evolution of gaming. However, it's not for me right now. And I've been saying pretty much since it was announced that I think this platform will succeed because I think Google is in a unique position for cloud gaming to work very well. And I do want Stadia to succeed because a lot of the things that I use are already within the Google ecosystem, so bringing gaming into that mix just kind of makes a lot of sense for me. However, when it came down to the last minute, when it was just a few days away from my credit card actually being charged, I kind of had second thoughts and decided to back out of the service. And I realized that this makes me a bit of a hypocrite because I've been talking Stadia up so much and saying how much that I think it will succeed, and then here I am not supporting it in, the moment that it really matters. And let me know in the comment sections below if you're still keeping your Google Stadia pre-order, or if you canceled it as well, or if maybe you never pre-ordered it to begin with, or maybe just to call me a hypocrite. That's okay too. So anyways, the main reason that I canceled Google Stadia is I just don't have the need for it right now. I mean, the tech seems really interesting and I'm super impressed by it, and I really want to get my hands on it and start testing it out, see where it works well, see where it doesn't work well. But to be honest, I've just got a lot of other really cool things on my plate right now, and I kind of want to focus on those things and not get distracted by, messing around with a brand new platform. And also I know that there are going to be dozens and dozens of people who are going to be really hammering this service and just trying to break it, seeing where its faults are, and making that known to everybody. And so I think that's a really good thing, but personally for me, I don't have the time to be doing that myself right now. Also, if I were to make content regarding Google Stadia right now, it's not really going to attract the audience that I'm looking for. I'm trying to build a community of game developers, and if I were to create a bunch of videos on Google Stadia, sure, it would bring in a bunch of new people to my audience, but those aren't necessarily going to be the types of people who I want to create content for. Of course, most game developers are interested in playing games, and they're going to be interested in Google Stadia because it's kind of the new platform. However, only a small portion of the people who are interested in Google Stadia are going to be interested in game development. So again, I really just want to keep my focus on making content towards game developers right now, and then maybe I'll talk a little bit more about Google Stadia when it relates to game development. The one thing that I will mention is that you can apply to become a Stadia developer over at stadia.dev. That's stadia.dev. And I did this myself a couple months back when they first opened up the application form. I haven't heard anything back, but maybe you might have better luck than me. And the next reason, and it's a real big reason, is the launch lineup doesn't seem that interesting to me. I mean, the games are, real big AAA games, and that's awesome. They all seem like really cool games, but they're not really the kinds of games that I want to play right now. So of the 12 games that will be available at launch, Destiny 2 probably seemed the most interesting to me. However, I don't really want to dive into Destiny right now. I played Destiny 1 a while back when it first came out, and it was great and I had a ton of fun with it, but I know what that experience is, and it's not really something I'm super interested in getting into right now. As far as other games on the platform, the one platform exclusive is called Guilt by Tequila Works, and it looks like a pretty interesting game, but it's not really my type of game, so it's not really worth it for me to invest in Stadia just so I can play this one game that, I may not be really interested in to begin with. And the other game in the launch lineup that stuck out to me was, of course, Red Dead Redemption 2. And I think this game would be really cool to experience in ultra high def 4K HDR and all that, running on Stadia and being able to switch between all my different devices playing it. But again, it's not really the type of game that I want to dive into right now. And also, I think one of the cool things with Red Dead Redemption is you can mod it, and we don't really know what the modding situation is looking like on the Google Stadia platform. So that's something that's still kind of up in the air. Also, they've announced another 14 games that are going to be releasing by the end of the year. And again, these just really don't all seem that super interesting to me. The one unfortunate one is, of course, Doom Eternal, which probably would have been a Stadia launch game, but because that game is delayed, of course, that game is not going to be available for the launch of Google Stadia. I really think that Doom Eternal could have been Stadia's killer app, and unfortunately, in the launch lineup and launch window for the rest of the year, I'm not really seeing anything that's going to be, you know, the killer app must have on Stadia. And with that, I don't think any of these games are anything that I would, you know, really have a strong desire to play at home and on the go, which is kind of where some of the benefits of Stadia come into play. And to be honest, I have a PC, a PlayStation, and a Nintendo Switch with a bunch more other games that I am excited to play, such as Death Stranding. Oh, and by the way, the real reason that I'm canceling Google Stadia is because I'm a Sony pony and PlayStation for life.